Okay, this video is dedicated to an overview of the palettes on the right hand side of the window here. Okay, this right hand border over here, these are palettes, and they are called palettes because when you click on them, this palette jumps out. Okay, and then you click again and it disappears. You can also pull them off, put them places if you need them in another place for whatever reason, and then hover them back. Back they go. As you can see, you can arrange them as need be too into these little sort of subgroups. Okay. First up here we got the layers. Really don't need to do anything to the layers on a regular basis. I'll go over modifying the layers in case you lose a template item in another video, but mainly just don't touch the layers palette unless you really know what you're doing, because there's stuff going on in the layers in some of these masthead and template layers, and you just don't want to mess with those unless you are aware of what you're doing. Okay, and then you've got the pages, and this will show which which page frame, excuse me, is applied to each one of the pages. We'll get into editing this in the future. This is where the date at the top of these pages is actually contained, but we won't go over editing that in this particular video. That'll be later. And then of course we've got our color picker here, and this lets us pick actually mix colors, so you can make different colors here. You see this over here, and there's your stroke. And then moving on down, we've got swatches. These are saved mixed colors. For example, we've got some blues and greens, and of course the Concord maroon here. That's, as you can see here, it's 0, 100, 61, 43. Important color for us to have saved, because if we ever have a color title on a page, you can just click this and apply that color to the text. Okay. Moving on down, we've got stroke here. This lets you change the stroke weight, apply a stroke to a box, take it off. You've got type options here, and lots of things in there. The stroke palette. Then we've got the gradient palette. Really don't get into gradients much in newsprint. Some more text. Excuse me, more text modification palettes here. Text wrap is important. It's a palette used for modifying the how text wraps around objects such as these boxes or this photo. Okay, and then moving down, we have the paragraph and paragraph styles. Paragraph styles are what tell these objects how to behave, and again, they're something that you really don't want to mess with unless you know what you're doing. Here, the paragraph, you've obviously got your justification, your alignment, spacing, drop caps, and hyphenations. Okay. Then character palette, you've got in here your traditional, font point size, your leading, kerning, tracking, and then this is horizontal and vertical stretching. You really don't want to do that, and this is sort of like a fake oblique text sort of adjustment here that you really don't want to be making in the character palette. And then of course character styles, the same as paragraph styles. You can do a lot with them. They tell the text how to behave, but you really don't want to mess with them unless you really know what you're doing. Then object styles, again, these just they control the behavior of any object that's on the page, be it text or graphic. And then down here we have these panels used for proofing. This is the info panel. If you click on something, it will tell you the file type, the actual PPI of the document, the effective PPI at that size as it sits on the paper, and then the color space. This is good to check and make sure that you are running your grayscale images in grayscale mode and your color images in CMYK mode, not RGB, and that they are above 170 effective PPI. Same thing here, improving with the links palette. It lets you know what files you have linked into the document and lets you know if they are the status of them, whether they're missing, modified, or otherwise. And then of course it also gives you a nice rundown down here of the actual PPI and the color space. Okay, and that's pretty much all you need to know right now about the palette.